And just as a little story, I'm from a tiny village in Bergisches Land, Germany, which is a tiny area, and you don't have to care about that. But I'm from a tiny village, and there is a little town next to my village. It's called Wuppertal. And I think it's weird, you know, that we have two people out of this super fucking random area talking about scratching to you guys in Berlin tonight. So my first guest, I want you guys to give a warm welcome to DJ Uncut from Wuppertal.
Hey, dog.
Boom, boom.
Hey.
I don't have to sell this, and you know it, because this kind of shit here sells itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing DJ Uncut. So listen close. Make it hurricane, y'all make it triple. Make it hurricane, y'all make it rain. Some niggas throw a lot of change, some throw a little.
Jimmy, you got the smack.
Move back, head back. We don't give a fuck. So ill for real. Jam like a check. Word. Get down. Yes, I'm the boss.
Champion. You can't stop me, step off, now let your girl jock me. I'm still the best, I'm still the best, east to west. I'm still the best, I'm still the best, east to west.
Somehow, someway, keep coming up with funky ass shit. Like every single day.
Pay attention real close. I'm on another level.
Let's go!
I'm the ultimate rhythm machine.
DJ Uncut, so listen close.
So you wanna be hardcore?
We're going to chat it up a little bit real quick. I'm going to ask the young man some questions, and hopefully you guys in here and on the stream are going to be doing the same thing. One thing that I really want to know is what is the one thing that makes you choose this instrument? What is the one thing that makes you go like, okay, I'm a turntablist versus anything else? What got you...
Wow.
What made the impulse?
Got to think about that for a second. I think a big advantage of using a turntable is that it's sort of a blank instrument. You can pretty much play anything you want. Like if I can be a drummer if I want, I can play a flute, I can play a trumpet. And I think this is what mainly kind of fascinated me about using a turntable. Just being able to play anything I want and not being bound to one certain sound of an instrument or something. So to make it short, I mean, it's very complex, but this is pretty much the reason of it.
Okay, so the versatility of you as a musician versus
Exactly.
playing one specific sound.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then one thing that I also think is going to be very, very interesting is you've been around, you know, like you know what it is like to use vinyl records, either break records or real records, and now you're one of these people, like all of us, who choose digital equipment and choose to roll with all these new possibilities and take them into account and see what you can do.
Yeah.
And since we're in an art form that kind of prides itself on skill, how do you push the boundaries for yourself and make sure that you're okay with it? Like, what's the point where you go, this is cool, and this is too easy, to whatever you might feel?
I think it's something every DJ gotta figure out for themselves, like what is cool for you or what is not, or like how far you want to take it. But the fact that you mentioned a few minutes ago is that technology pretty much opened up a lot of possibilities for me. Like I wasn't even thinking about stuff without having all these tools because I didn't know it was possible back then. And to me, there are actually no limits and no boundaries. Like, there's nothing I would say, this is too whack, or I won't do that shit, or pretty much anything that gives me an emotion and I feel like, hey, this is dope, I gotta do it. That's all. There's like no boundaries, or, I mean, I wouldn't flip like a whatever, whack-ass, whatever song. It's just more about the music that gets me,
okay, I get that.
Gives me an emotion.
Okay, that's cool. So like you, in your world, you would consider what you do a little bit like whack, was what the word that you use. If you don't like the song, it's not so much about what you're doing, like as long as it feels good.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Cool, nice. What kind of expectations do you have for your future? Like where do you see yourself in the future, or more, maybe not yourself, but your art? What's on Unkut's mind right now? Where does he want to push his activities? Could be anything, by the way. Could be involving DJing. Could be production.
Yeah. What I'm working on is really stepping up my club DJ game. I want to do that a lot more because the fun fact with me is I was a battle DJ for about 10 years or something, and I started very, very late playing in clubs. Not because I didn't like it, just because it didn't interest me, and I was so busy just by learning turntablism and all these techniques, and it just took me 10 years to like get to the level. And beside that, I'm really working on my production, and I admire guys like Birdie Num Num, for example, guys who really combine the production aspect with the DJ aspect and become more of a band and really play turntable music. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the way where I want to go, but this is definitely something like interesting to me because it incorporates the production aspect and the turntablism aspect. And I can't really answer your question right now because I got so much stuff. It changes pretty much every day what I want to do. You know how it is. But if I have to nail it down, it would be like really production and involve it more into my routines and pretty much produce all my own stuff and then do a routine with it. That would be like...
That's pretty much...
Which I already do by now, but I still want to do it a bit better and more... Just work it out more.
That's actually exactly where it was aiming at. Is dub plates and pre-produced things have a problem because you guys don't know the song, you know. So you don't understand. It's even harder for you to understand what's going on stage. In simple words, what's your take on the movement? Are we further going in this direction, which we've both been a part of?
Yeah.
Are we going back to making people understand in a time where we see that it comes back?
Okay, I think it always depends on the purpose. If I would still be battling these days, I guess I would still kind of go more into the dubplate direction and produce my own stuff for this kind of purpose. Because to me, it's like I totally understand the fact that people, of course, understand more. If I flip, for example, a Missy Elliott 12-inch, they know the song, they can relate to it, they know what kind of patterns I'm doing with it. And I did that shit for like years, and for me it was, I just reached a point where I just got kind of, I wanted to express myself more and put more kind of my own personality, musicality into it, and the only way to do this was just play my own melodies at home on my MIDI keyboard and, you know, make some exports and try them out on turntables. So for battling, I would still go that direction, even though I wouldn't know how far you could still take it anymore. I don't know. And as for the other stuff, for club DJing, I really try to slow it down a bit and make people understand what I'm doing. Because I told you, like, when we talked on the phone, the first club gigs I ever had were like a total nightmare to me, I'm honest with you guys, because I seriously did my DMC routines, like 6 minutes hardcore in your face at a club gig. I don't have to tell you guys what that was like. People were like, oh shit. Like, it's cool, but what the hell is he doing? He should get off the stage. And after having these experiences I've made, I knew, like, okay, I have to change something because it goes, like, over people's head. They don't get it. And I was a bit sad, to be honest, first, because I put so much love and heart into it, and I was like, hey, people don't get it. Holy, so what am I going to do now? And it took me, a little while to really change myself a bit, or maybe, let me say, adjust my taste a bit more to people's kind of taste or whatever, like, and I try to keep it more simple. Yeah, that's what I do, actually. I came from a very, very complex part of DJing, turntablism, and I really took it, I even did it more complex than probably most other guys. And now it's like, I really kind of, try to slow it down a bit and make people understand, but still in a way that I'm cool with it, you know, still that I can say, like, hey, there are still some skills involved, you know? Like, I don't like to do too cheap stuff. I could do it, but it's still something that doesn't satisfy me. I always have to have something inside that says, like, yeah, this is dope. This is like something unique, or this is something I haven't seen from other DJs. So,
cool. I'm glad I asked that question. I didn't expect that to separate it into two different things. That's really interesting. We're gonna open it up to the stream, really brief. And Alejandro wants to know, what is your workflow for putting a routine together? And in the same moment, I think you could also say that. And Jam1 asked, what's your process like in creating and fine-tuning a routine that you just performed? So how do you put it together? How do you fine-tune it?
Okay. For example, the second routine I did, I got some stems from a Keys and Craze song called I Know You. And for this one, it was an exception because I knew before what I wanted to do with it. It was not kind of like trial and error, like it's mostly when I do something. Basically, it's just trial and error. I just flip it and freestyle, and whatever I like, I keep it. And I try to come up with a lot of patterns, as much patterns as I can, and then just pick the best of them and try to put a routine together. For this Keys and Craze routine, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, so I had the stems, I had the arrangement in my mind, and just realized what I had in mind. So this is how it worked. And like for other routines, I mean, it's more like to make it short, it's just trial and error. I just need to find something that sort of turns me on or inspires me, and then I just flip it and until I have something useful. Just try to make a full routine. Yeah.
Cool. And this is how you become like this guy. So give it up for DJ Uncut.
Thank you.
A monster. This is pretty much, I guess we can agree on that. This is pretty much the standard, or like the status quo of technical usage of our equipment at this point. So I'm really glad I got to see this.
Pleasure.
So thanks a lot. And we're going to talk more later in the roundtable discussion as well.
All right.